Welcome back to the day session vlog. If you haven't seen me before, my name's Aaron, and what I do is I make fortnightly videos every other week, which is fortnightly, believe it or not. But every other week I bring a new video out called the day session vlog. Now, sometimes in between the two day session vlogs, like the week in between, I'll bring out another video if I've been overnight, or if I've done another session or a bigger session, or a different session maybe with the family or some friends or whatever. But every other week there will be a new day ticket water video out. And today I'm at the Doorstep lake. I do keep the name of this lake to myself just for personal reasons, guys. And also it's somewhere that is very close to where I live, which is why I call it the Doorstep lake. And there's also members on here that have fished it for years, and I don't want to, there's only about 8 swims on here anyway as it is, do you know what I mean? So it is available for day tickets, but it is also on a season pass. So with the greatest of respect, guys, if you could just keep it to yourself if you do know where it is, I'd really appreciate that. But I have been doing a campaign on here, and I actually completed that campaign. So if you haven't seen that, go and check some of my older videos tracking down a 20 from the Doorstep lake, because when I started that campaign there was only about 5 20s in it, and now there's more than 20. Well, with that in mind, I do just quickly want to say, I do want to get you guys more involved in these videos, and there's a couple of ways that you can do that. Just wanted to say also, I am the only one here today. That's my motor, and there's no one else here. So if you live down in the south of England and there's somewhere local to you that you would love to see me go to and make a video on, then please let me know in the comments. Ideally somewhere within 2 hours. I don't really want to go more than 2 hours drive of Southampton for a day session, you know what I mean? So I don't really want to, you know, do a sort of 6-hour round trip for somewhere that I'm only going to spend a day at. But yeah, it doesn't have to be, you know, riddled with 30-40 pounders. Even if it's got a couple of 20s, that'd be great. But yeah, if you've got any suggestions of any local to the Southampton area day ticket waters that you would love to see me go and try out and have a go on, make a video on, let me know in the comments. And also, if you don't live down south or within the area, then you can also get involved in the video by letting me know any bank snacks, any Bankside snacks that you take with you or that you eat when you go fishing. If there's anything that doesn't get enough recognition, or any snacks that you try that you think, oh, people have got to know about this, let me know, because I want to start bringing some snacks with me to try with your guys' sort of experience of these snacks. So whether it be a chocolate bar, a sweet, a drink, a snack, or anything, it could be anything, something I've got to cook, or something, you know, I have to make on the bank or whatever. Anything that you take fishing with you that you really do like, that you think people should know more about, let me know, and I'm going to start bringing them snacks fishing with me, and we'll rate them. We'll just go through them and rate them. But I am going to stop waffling on now. It's looking really good down here for a bite. The weather conditions are perfect. It always seems to fish quite well. Touch wood. Hang on. Touch wood. Sorry, I've got to do that. It's just a superstition thing. Anyway, yeah, it looks really good down here for a bite. So without further ado, I'm going to stop waffling, get the rods out. And yeah, let's get into some spodding action, because you're not allowed to walk around the back anymore on this particular lake. And it's barbless hooks. Remember, barbless hooks. Turns out there will be absolutely zero spodding action, because I completely forgot that last time I used said spod reel, I actually got the braid all wrapped up, tied up in a massive knot. And once braid's knotted, it's pretty much game over. So I remember I had to cut it, and turns out there's actually not enough braid left on the spool, even though it looks like it's quite deceiving. Yeah, I started wrapping up. I got to 10 wraps, and it spooled me, and I was like, I know I'm fishing further than 10 wraps. These are 10-foot wraps, bear in mind as well. So yes, spodding is a no-go. So with that said, I've just put out mesh bags. The left one's gone out on an OG original fruit and nut wafter, and that's gone out with a PVA mesh of, I think it was 3 or 4 boilies. I think it was 3 boilies, like a stringer. And that's gone out, like I say, 16.5 wraps towards my spot, which I'll show you. Actually, I'll overlay it on this clip now. And then my right hand rod's exactly at 13 wraps, and that's gone out to, there's like a white reed at the back, just to the left of that yellow gorse bush. So I've just put one at 13 wraps over there, and that one's fished on a pink magic bean fruit and nut, 15 mil, and that has gone out with a mesh bag as well of 3 chopped in half 18mm fruit and nut boilies. So there we go. I'm gonna get some freebies out there. I've got my throwing stick with me, he says, somewhere. There we go, I've got my throwing stick with me. So I am gonna get some more 18mm baits just over the spot, maybe 10 over each spot. A little bit annoyed I can't spot, but it is what it is. I'll have to buy some more braid and we'll try again. But there we go, so both rods are out. It's pretty much an OG fruit and nut, well, it is an OG fruit and nut day, but it's pretty much an OG fruit and nut original match the hatch wafter versus a fruit and nut 15mm pink magic beans. So can the magic beans outdo the original match the hatch wafters? We'll have to wait and see. Well, the right hand rod has just gone, pink magic bean. It is kiting left, sorry. I'm trying to keep it right. It feels like quite a nice fish. But it's still early doors. I've literally just hooked it and it's just gone all the way left. It's coming back right now. Just trying to keep it clear from my other, right down this right hand corner, trying to keep it clear from my other line. It's actually coming in quite easily now. Maybe it isn't as big as I first thought when I hooked it. But yeah, pink magic bean, fruit and nut. He's not ready to come in yet. He's just swimming around by the edge of the swim. I'll tell you what, I think he might be a little bit bigger than I first thought. Oh, it's a common. No, it is a common. I thought it was a mirror. Oh, it's a decent sized common. She's not ready just yet. Don't force it, don't force it. Don't let it go under there. Oh, it's trying to get away. Head's just come up. Oh, it's a nice lump, you know. It is a big bar of gold. It's not giving up. It really doesn't want to give up. Oh, it's not ready. Oh, it is a nice carp. It is a very, very nice carp. Oh, it's in the net. Yes, come on. And now I'm wondering, is that a 20? Because I spent so long on here trying to catch a 20, and I think it could well be. That's bigger than I gave it credit for. That's a decent fish we've got in the net here. Get in, pink magic bean. Well, you know I did a campaign on here trying to catch a 20, and I haven't been here since I caught that 20. I've just gone and caught one. It's in the net, and I'm pretty sure it's a 20, which means if it is, that's back-to-back 20s from here. I've got a big common in the net. Look at this. So it's right hand rod, which was on the pink magic bean, and yeah, that's a whopper. Right, well, Sean is on his way down to see me, the bailiff down here. I've just been on the phone to him, and he thinks this could be the biggest common in the lake, if it's the one he thinks it is. Like I say, it's quite distinguishable, because I don't know if you saw, it's got a, when I hold it up for photos, you'll see the front right fin has got like a split in it, and it had a red mark, I think, on the other side of it. So obviously I've got some carp care kit, we'll treat it up. But yeah, Sean's on his way down. He said if it's the one he thinks it is, yeah, it's the biggest common in here, which will be my PB common. Oh, and I've only been fishing for just over an hour. That rod's been out for about half an hour. Pink magic bean doing it again. Come on, if that's not an advert for Parker Baits, I don't know what is. Smashing PBs, mate. Smashing PBs. Code SCA. Coupon code SCA to save yourself 10% if you do want to get some Parker Baits. What an advert for it. Come on. Yeah, like I say, it's in the sling. We're going to reweigh it when Sean gets here, just to make sure we can get two eyes on it and get some good footage of it as well. Yes! Right, well, here it is, an absolute pig. And when I say an absolute pig, I mean it is an absolute pig. Honestly, I'm going to get some carp care on it. Actually, I'll hold it up before I get some carp care on it, because I don't want any blue spots on it. But yeah, oh, I'm absolutely buzzing. So, just like Domino, Sean and his dad came down to help verify weight and get photos. But it actually went £26, 4 ounce. Oh, gonna beat me up. Look at it, I told you it was a pig. £26, 4 ounce. What an absolute beast. But yeah, caught on a pink fruit and nut 15mm magic bean. So I don't know if you can see that sort of red spot on it down there. I'll get some carp care on it, but when I was playing it was hard to tell how big it was. But yeah, I think my PB common's 27.8. So, and here is the other side, like I say, bit of fin damage there, which is a shame, but there's not a lot you can do about it. Just put some carp care kit on it, and yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. That's back-to-back 20s from here now. A new PB from this lake, but not a PB. Let's get some carp care on that red spot. Hopefully that doesn't get septic and just looks after the fish a little bit. But there we go. Sean did say there's about 3 common in here that are the same sort of size. He said this is one of them, obviously. He said there's 2 others in here that are very similar size, so he couldn't clarify if this was the biggest one in the lake right now. But he said if there is a bigger common in there, it'll be ounces. Well, thank you very much. You have made me very, very happy. What an absolute beast. Come on! No words, literally no words. Well, that's another 20 I've had this year, another 20. How many have I had now? I'm gonna have to work this out. I don't know off the top of my head, but I've had a few 20s this year, and my carp fishing this year has just gone to the next level. It really, really has. Gone are the days where I've just spent here catching 5, 6 pounders, and I'm actually catching bigger fish now with rigs that I'm tying myself. I used to use rigs that were ready-made. But now I've actually grown up and gone, you know what, stop being lazy, make your own rigs. So I actually make my own rigs now. Admittedly, they're only D rigs. Most of the fish that I catch are on D rigs, but I change them to suit the situation. If I'm fishing a real gravelly patch or like a clay pit where I know there's not a lot of debris or silt or whatever, I use like a short boom section, just because I want that instant hook when the fish, as soon as the fish picks it up, I want that instant response, you know, the hook digging in straight away. Whereas I'm fishing lakes like this that are a little bit more silty or got like a lot of leaf litter or twig litter, I just fish like a longer boom, so that obviously the lead comes down, and even if it does plummet under the silt, you know, your D-rig's going to be sat on top of it. So that seems to be what's working, you know, and it's really, sometimes, I mean, I've got some foam nuggets as well, so sometimes I'll put a foam nugget on if I think it needs it. But yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because like I was saying, I was going to spot some bait out, but you know, I couldn't do that because unfortunately I was unable to use my reel. And you know, had I spawned out some bait, I might well not have. I can't even speak. I might well not have caught that fish. So yeah, absolutely buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. The day session vlogs. Please, please, please subscribe if you want to see some more of this carpy action. Love it. Absolutely love it. There's something about them pink magic beans. There's just like, I mean, I've caught on all colours. I've caught on white, orange, pink and yellow, but there's just something at the moment about the pink magic beans, whether it be OG fish or fruit or nut, that are just doing bites. And you know, Ben says it all the time, you know, doing bites up and down the country, but they really, really are. I mean, I've not been up and down the country, but I know people that have been using them, and they've just been doing really, really well. They're so sought after at the moment. I'm surprised they've still got any left in stock, because people should be buying them. And this isn't me trying to sell you them, but if you do want to buy them, you can get 10% off, like I said, if you use my code SEA. But yeah, honestly, I mean, you've seen me fishing from, well, some of you guys have been watching me fishing for years, and I've only ever used Parker baits, and since those magic beans came out, I wasn't too fond of them when they first came out, I'll be honest. I was more a fan of the original OG fish wafters. Sorry, the OG fruit and nut wafters. And when the Magic Beans came out, like I say, to start off with, I much preferred the original Matcha Hatch ones, but like I say, they've been doing me bites, they really have. Talking of doing bites, it's time for me to do a bite. I've got myself a meal deal. Of course I have. Classic meal deal. This is why I need you guys to leave in the comments things for me to try when I'm on the bank, because all I ever do is eat ham sandwiches and Doritos. Sometimes I change my drink. Talking of which, I've actually gone and bought myself a drink in today's meal deal that I don't usually go for, and haven't had for a long time. But yeah, Mountain Dew. So we're gonna give this a whirl. I tried it. I've had this in America, and yeah, it just seemed to taste a lot better in America. But like I said, I've not had it for a while, so let's celebrate that 26.4 common with a Mountain Dew. Oh, it is good. There's a lot of sugar in that, but it is good. It is good. This is all I'm going to eat today. Classic ham sandwich. But you know how I always moan about work? Well, actually, this time I'm going to say something good about work. They're paying for us to go for a meal tonight, and I'm going to a steakhouse, and I'm going to be having a rather large mixed grill and a large glass of a red wine. So I will make sure that I get my money's worth. It's funny, actually, this mixed grill that I'm having, it's actually £68. Not in weight, that's the price of it. £68. You get so much meat, and like I say, I'm going to find a very expensive wine to wash it down with as well. At the moment, I'm just going to have to put up with these ham sandwiches, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And like I say, I can go to that meal tonight wearing a big smile on my face. I mean, to be honest with you, sorry, I'm just eating whilst talking to you. It's very rude. To be honest with you, since I caught that fish early doors, this fishing session can't get any worse. It can only get better in the best possible way. It's nuts. It really is nuts. I mean, if I'm gonna, there's only potentially two, and the two other commons in here that are the same size as that, roughly the same size as that, might not be as big as that. There's a mirror in here that's bigger than that. It's pushing £30. So there's only really one fish in here for definite that's bigger than that one, and potentially two other commons. So out of all the fish in here, there's only 3 fish now that I can catch potentially that are bigger than that one. Mental. When you put it like that, it's crazy, isn't it? It really is crazy. Hopefully you saw the GoPro footage of me playing that fish. It was really weird, because in that footage I'm like, oh, I think it's a big fish, and I'm like, oh no, it's coming in easily. Then I'm like, oh no, actually it's bigger than I thought. Oh, is it a 20? Everything was going through my mind, because when I first hooked it, it ran off pretty, like, it was a decent run. It was like, but you can't tell at that point, can you? You know, you can have 5-6 pounders that rip off, and you can have 20+ pounders which don't rip off, you know, just sort of like breamy sort of bites. But this one ripped off, and I was like, okay. Picked the rod up, hooked into it, and I'm like, it was hard to feel the weight of it. I don't know, it was difficult, and I was like, okay, it feels like a decent fish. I didn't know that it was a 20+, but it felt decent. Then it started powering to the left, and I was like, it's trying to get through my other line, so I was like keeping the rod tip down in the right hand corner as close as I could into the margins to try and keep it right. What I didn't realise at that point was I was putting that much strain on it to keep it right. Like, I didn't even realise how much strain I was putting on it to try and keep it out of the way. So clearly it was a big fish. So I'm playing it and I'm thinking, oh, it's a big fish. And then it must have started swimming towards me, because I'm reading it and I'm like, it's not that big. It's coming in quite easily now. You know, it kicked off to start off with. But it must have been swimming towards me. And it was coming in quite easily. And then I saw it and I was like, oh, it looks like a mirror. This is another thing as well, it was a common. But it looked like a mirror, and I was like, because I just, you know, when they sort of turn in the water, it turned and I saw a couple of scales and I thought, it's a mirror. It turned out I was wrong, it was a common. And most of the fight happened under the rod tip. And I just realised now that I'm using barbless hooks. There's a barbless hook rule down here now. And I gave it a lot of stick under the rod tip. So, yeah, it was very, very brave of me to play it the way that I did. But it hung on. And that's testament to those hooks again. You know, these ones aren't the OMC lock hooks. Like I say, these ones are the Nash chod twisters. So, yeah, very, very happy with that. Netted it, and then I was like, even when I netted it, I was like, oh, I wonder if it's a 20. I should know by now that most of the time when I net a fish, I can tell. I'm like, oh, that's a 20. Oh, it's not quite a 20, or, you know, but I netted this one. I don't think it really hit me, the fact that it was a 20, because I think I've fished here so long. I've fished here so many times that I'm so used to catching fish that are like between 5 and 15 pound. That when I netted that one, I was like, I don't know, I don't know. It didn't even come across my mind that it might be a bloody big fish. And then, yeah, it wasn't until I lifted the net up and looked at it properly and realised that actually, that's a lump. So, and so am I, because I keep eating these bloody wine gums. Ooh, black one, they're nice. I've just been sat here watching the water. I'm going to put the camera on the tripod because that left-hand bobbin just pulled up. I don't know if it was a liner. Something just swam into the line, just knocked it, or whether there's fish feeding down on the spot. But if there's fish feeding down on the spot, then that could go any second. It is now about 12:30 and not a lot's really happened since I caught that fish. So I'm going to reel both rods in, check the bait, give them a fresh one if they need it, get a couple more mesh bags on and whip the rods back out and just redo them, reset them. I'm only going to be here for another few hours. I'm going to be packing away sort of mid-afternoon. So yeah, I'll give them a quick once over both rods, make sure I get them right, and hopefully we can bag another one before we go. And there we go, rods are now set. I actually flicked the left one over onto a yellow magic bean. I don't know why, just got a bit of confidence in the magic beans now. I don't know why. I don't know why all of a sudden I've got some confidence in some magic beans. But yeah, yellow one just because I thought I'd try it. Right one obviously still on the pink one. Back out at the same spot, 13 wraps, 16.5 wraps, both with mesh bags on. Actually, in fact, the right one I messed up the first cast, so the second one I cast out without a mesh bag on, but I think it'll be all right. The left one did have that mesh bag on. Boom, straight over there. So fingers crossed, like I say, we can catch another one. But Billy has done his job. Billy the blank saver, saved another blank. And what a brilliant fish to save it with as well. So there we go, like I say, hopefully we can get one more. And yeah, come on the carp. I've just got the camera out quickly. I don't know if you can see that. There's a deer walking over there. Like a little baby deer. At the back of that fence. Oh, there's another one. Look. There's another one here. They're tiny. Wait, are they... Hang on. Are they foxes or are they baby deer? I can't quite tell. I'm pretty sure the way they're moving, they look like deer. But they're babies, like little baby deers. Oh, they're right next to each other. Oh my God, that's so cool. This is why I have binoculars, guys, not just for the fishing. It's the kind of things where they're just eating on that yellow gooseberry bush. The natural beauty. Things that you see when you're fishing. You don't see this at work, do you? Well, unless you work in a nature reserve. It's awesome. But it's 3 o'clock now and I've slowly started to pack away. I didn't want to pack the day shelter away because it does still look a bit grey. And yeah, if it starts raining again, I need somewhere to stay dry. So that'll be the last thing to pack away. But I am slowly getting my bits back together. So it's about 3 o'clock and since that fish this morning, I've not had a sniff. I think I had 1 or 2 beeps, maybe a liner on one of the rods, but apart from that, it's just been dead. Yeah, it's funny how that happens, isn't it? But listen, if I could pick one fish to have had today, then yeah, that definitely would have been one of them. So happy days. But like I say, hopefully before I pack away, we can get one more. If not, then I guess I'll be ending the video. But yeah, oh, you gotta love it. You really have gotta love it. And that is us all now packed up and in the van. Thank you for watching this one. We didn't have any more bites, but like I said, if I could choose one of the fish to have today, that would have been up there with one of the ones that I could have chosen. But yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. That's 2 20s back to back from this lake now. Yes, different sessions, but the last 2 fish I've had from this lake have both been 20s. So yeah, I'm super happy with that, super buzzing. But please, please, please go down, leave a thumbs up on the video. It's so easy to do and it helps me out so much. Like, you wouldn't even understand how little clicking that thumbs up button does help my videos. So yeah, if you do want to see some more carpy content, stick around, subscribe, and of course there will be more day session vlogs coming up every other week. And of course, any additional fishing trips that I go on will filter out between each fortnightly daily vlog. Each fortnightly day session vlog. I say daily vlog because I watch so many daily vloggers over the years on YouTube. I'm not a daily vlogger. I'm a day session vlogger that uploads every other week. So yeah, Friday at 5. But anyway, thanks for watching this one. I'll see you next time. Bish, bash, bosh. Come on the carp.